Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzugaray and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show. Crypto Bro.
This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Alzugaray.
There we are. And, Michael Saylor has been leading the way with MicroStrategy and his company in purchasing a lot of Bitcoin. And a company that's kind of been following the same path is Metaplanet. And we've talked about them several times. Well, Metaplanet went and bought another chunk of Bitcoin. Okay? And now they have 639.5 Bitcoin. There's the figure. They just bought 108.9 Bitcoin. I'd love just the 0.9 part, because that's 0.99. That's almost one more. That would be a dream for some of us. You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing. So they now have a total holdings of 748,502 Bitcoin. The yen price is 9,304,655. Remember, their money's inflated compared to ours. So, in other words, our 62 is 9 million for them. We're getting there too, by the way. We're headed that way. You're going to see that things will be more and more and more. It's just the way it is. Anyway, and then their total worth now is 6.965 billion yen. That is just, it's impressive, dude. It's impressive. It's smart. And that's why you're seeing cities and states and countries and corporations. They're going to build their reserves with Bitcoin. Okay? It's not just, and Bitcoin allows you to be very mobile as a company. So if you need to purchase something, if you need to pay something, you can move it right away. You can't do that stuff with gold. TD Bank was hit yesterday with a record $3 billion fine for laundering drug cartel money. And it's funny because this stupid idiot named Elizabeth Warren is always complaining about Bitcoin. Okay? And saying it's illegal activity when everything is done with money. Illegal activity is mostly done with money, not with crypto. And why is it not done with Bitcoin? Because it's an open ledger. Does a criminal want to do something where everybody knows what you're doing? No. Does Elizabeth Warren tell you that? No. She'll complain about FTX, but does she come back and tell you that everybody got their money plus 19% in interest? No, because that doesn't help their cause, their lies. And, so here's TD Bank hit with a record $3 billion. The other guy that I told you yesterday, the liar, okay, JP Morgan, all right, they were hit with a $29 million fine for rigging silver, manipulating the price of silver. The people that are into the money and into all that, they're the ones manipulating. Like the gold, even gold. Everybody that thinks they own gold, they don't really, I have this much in gold, and they have it all. It's all paper gold. It's not really, they don't have it physically. Oh no, it's over there somewhere in this vault. Yeah, sure it is. Wait till all of you ask for your gold. Watch how some of you won't get it. Anyway, that's why we tell you cold storage wallet, you own it. Nobody else owns it. Anyway, Michael Saylor, talking about Metaplanet. MicroStrategy's endgame, Michael Saylor announced, is to be leading the leading Bitcoin bank and become a $1 trillion company. So if you're into stocks, MicroStrategy is a stock you want to buy. Okay? That thing's going to go through the roof. It was nice to see that Commissioner Mark Udea called the agency's crypto approach a disaster. And it was because they've been enforcing by taking people to court instead of, and this is the beauty of the election now at the end of the month, that it doesn't matter who gets in, there's going to be regulations for it. It's going to happen. It doesn't really matter, and I don't really care who wins. To be quite honest, I don't really care. And it's not about pushing one or the other or whatever. You do whatever you want. But the good thing for those of us that are investors and the rest of the world, and because the most powerful people in finance are investing, they're going to listen to them too. And they're going to say, we need this already regulated. We need all of this to get, finally have closure so we can move forward with all of this. So this is really good that even people inside the SEC that work with Gary Gensler are saying, yeah, what we don't agree with what Gary's doing. And that is a good thing. It's a really good thing. If you're a Ripple person, I don't own Ripple, but obviously Ripple is a terrific company. And those of you that own Ripple and you owned it through the court cases, you people have balls. You people are tough. Anyway, Ripple filed a cross appeal in its ongoing case against the SEC, because that's the only way they know how to regulate is by trying to sue people, to ensure that all legal arguments are addressed following the SEC's recent appeal. Now, I didn't invest in XRP early because of all this legal stuff. Now I laugh at it because the SEC, all they do is lose. And when you have one of your own commissioners come out and say, yeah, what we've been doing is wrong, it just fuels more fire for me and everybody else. And even those of you that have XRP, you should probably buy more. And speaking of XRP, Ripple launched a Ripple Custody, a digital asset storage service for banks and fintech firms. Remember, XRP is going to be enormous with banks worldwide. They're already huge in Europe. It's the legal issues in the U.S. that have stopped them. Europe's ahead of us. So we're just idiots here, man. And thanks to again, I don't care about Trump. I don't care about Biden or Harris. But thanks to the stinking Biden administration, they have been an absolute disservice, and it's been flat out evil what they've done with crypto and what they've done to Americans with that. That's all I'm going to say. I've said this many times over the years. I'm not a fan. Anyway, the idea is to diversify beyond its payments settlement business. So Ripple has not only been about payments, but now also about storage too at the same time. So this is very, very important. These things are it's more steps forward. Stripe has reinstated crypto payments for U.S. businesses. They have it worldwide, but again, because they know regulations are coming, we know we're right around the corner, that we're about to elect a new president. Again, I don't care which one you're going to elect. I don't really give a shit. I don't like either one of them anyway. Okay, so it's not about whatever, but any one of them is going to help move it forward, because unlike Biden, these two want to actually move forward with this. The questions that's another conversation, but anyway. So Stripe reinstated crypto payments for U.S. businesses, allowing them to accept USDC, which is the stable coin, on Ethereum, Solana, and Polygon after a 6-year hiatus. Because obviously they saw the SEC and what they were doing and said, we're out of here. We're not going to deal with this. We don't want to deal with sues and all that kind of stuff. And now they know it's about to turn around in less than a month, that we'll get a new president and we'll move forward. There's a man named Milton Friedman, if you can pull up his picture. Milton, by the way, is an American economist, a statistician. He received the 76th Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences for his research on consumption analysis, monetary history, and theory, and the complexity of stabilization policy. So this is a guy that is just a smart numbers guy, understands money, understands economy, obviously. His quote, it says, "We have a system that increasingly taxes work and subsidizes non-work." Think about that. Think about that statement. We have a system that increasingly, because it does increasingly, tax work. We're the ones producing, and subsidizes non-work. Where does that make sense? You could buy a house. Well, do you know what the average to buy a house before pandemic was? $290,000. Do you know what the average to buy a house now post-pandemic? How about if I tell you it's smoking time? What time is smoking time? 420,000. Before the pandemic, 2/3 of Americans could afford homes. After the pandemic, 1/3. $7 trillion was given in stimulus by Trump and Biden. Again, I don't care about either one. They're both trash to me. 85% of it wasn't used. It was invested. It was whatever. It wasn't actually used for paying bills or any of that shit. 85% of $7 trillion. We are in a $35 trillion hole, which is going to grow more. I explain this to you all the time. I'm telling you, $7 trillion of the stimulus handed off by Trump and Biden, 85% of it wasn't used. That's $6 trillion easily you could have taken off our deficit from 35 to 29. It's a lot of money our kids don't have to pay for. Because it's our kids that are going to pay for it, by the way. And our kids' kids. Oh my God. What we're doing to them. The average mortgage. Do you know what the average mortgage payment was before pandemic? $1,100. You know what it is now? $2,200. We are an elitist society. We have reduced housing. Housing is going more to the elite because middle class and lower class can't buy a home. Kids now can't buy a home. We allow less people in colleges, entry exams and all that stuff, and, Harvard or wherever. You know why they do that? Because the alumni want their diploma to be worth more. So, you can allow 1,500 in when you really could allow 15,000 to get a great education. But we elite our education, which then leaves less to be educated. Less people are getting a college education. The people that have a college education are the ones that are controlling more of the money. So we are educating less, and we are creating more of an elitist community and a divide between the elitist and who has less. And we do it all the way from the beginning on the educational side. And then that leads to where we are fiscally. And it creates a problem. Just ask yourself now, those of you that are older, how many of you say, if I wanted to go to college now where I went to college, I could never afford it. I could never go. That's a problem, dude. It's a problem. So money is out of control, and it's getting to a point where we just don't. We're making it at a point where it is going to be hard for so many people just to get by. It's really, really tough. I don't want to get into the psychological stuff of it and how much it affects men more than women, especially millennials and down. Those are the people that are really suffering now. Male millennials, women are actually much stronger, and they're able to get through some of this stuff. But males are really suffering, dude. Because, of course, the machismo won't allow you to say it, but the women are usually stronger mentally when it's all said and done. BlackRock has surpassed 11.5 trillion in assets under management. They were just under 9 when they started with the Bitcoin thing just 9 months ago. Now they're at 11.5 trillion. That's all. And they're loading up on Bitcoin. They're the most powerful entity in the world financially. It must be, it's probably nothing that they're trying to buy more Bitcoin than anybody else. You really shouldn't pay. Really, you shouldn't pay attention to that. They're probably doing it just for fun. They own most of all the companies that are in the stock market, the top ones. They own large percentages of all those companies. Amazon and Tesla, they are major stockholders of those companies, major controlling votes of those companies. But it's probably nothing that they're loading up on Bitcoin. Dude, please. No. They're telling their clients, hey, portfolios should be 20, 30% stocked with Bitcoin. Not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5%. No, 20, 30. It's probably nothing. Most of you should not pay attention to it. What the hell does BlackRock know? Do they even make money there at BlackRock? Bank of America, by the way, ran a survey. This is Bank of America. And it reveals that 62% of millennials prefer crypto, as $84 trillion is set to transfer from older generations. Because the baby boomers and all that are going to give their kids the money. And they prefer crypto because they're growing up with digital wallets. They're growing up in the digital age. So to them, this is the norm. Having this is not normal. Okay? Having a couple of these is not normal either. It's not normal. So think about it. 62% of millennials. Let's not even get to Gen Zs. All right? Now let me show you a chart of whales accumulating Bitcoin like you've never seen before. You got 3 things here. The price of Bitcoin, okay, on this chart. You got it up here. So you got 3 things here. The price of Bitcoin, long-term holders, and short-term holders. The short-term holders are the orange. And you see how it's gone up in a short amount of time, but it also goes down in a very short amount of time. But look at the whales above. Okay? That's all you need to know. Look at the whales above. In that dotted line all the way on the top. Whales just continue to accumulate. And it just goes up. And I know that when it went down to 59 yesterday, I was like, I'm taking advantage. It hit 58.9 or something. Boom, I'm dipping. I'm in. And smart people are taking advantage, and that's what the whales are. But again, probably means nothing that they're whales and they're buying. It must be a coincidence that the most powerful financial organizations in the world, okay, are buying. The UAE now is getting on board, and that's what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the Arab nations to get on board, okay? And then China opened it up, and they're now starting to open it up because they have no choice. If not, they'll fall behind. So they've got to open it up, and then once we get this old fart out of the way, then things will open up also. I don't know how much with Harris, and, I know with Trump it'll completely open up because, hell, he has his own crypto exchange. So he's going to want everything because it's going to benefit him. He doesn't care. He's just there to grift and steal. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter which one. And by the way, anyone can win. Harris can win and Trump can win. So don't be surprised if any of them can win. You're not talking about any kind of sexy type of candidates. So be prepared. Anything can win. Anything can happen here. The only one that will win is Bitcoin. The only ones that are going to lose is Americans because of the way they are handling our money. Anyway, that is today's edition, our 8th edition of the Crypto Bro Show on October 11th, Friday, October 11th. All right, and remember, folks, you can always support the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, and you can make a Bitcoin donation or Ethereum donation, which is apropos here on the Crypto Bro Show. Thank you.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.